here as always, here with Mr. Brandon. Brandon, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic tonight, as always.
How's the weather down there in Texas, must I ask?
Well, it's been a little on the cool side for the past couple of days. We're going to be warming back up into the 70s and 80s this weekend. So,
Let me tell you, we got snow here today.
y'all can keep that snow. We don't
So,
need it.
well, what I did was I packed up a bunch of it and put it in a cooler, and I'm sending it your way, Brandon. Just just for you, nobody else. Just for my buddy Brandon. And it's going to be weird that it's only snowing around your building. And when they ask me
Yeah.
what happened, just tell them, just say, don't ask. Don't you don't want this guy to know you. You don't
Well, the
want that.
snow wouldn't even survive here because it's too warm.
You better knock on wood, man. You guys had a torturous winter storm just what 4 years ago,
Yeah. Well, that was 3 years ago, but
three
yes,
years
that was
ago.
bad.
I bet
It
you'd
was.
love to have another one of them, wouldn't you?
No, I would not. I don't think anybody in this state would love to have that. Just go ask all the people in Houston who had to suffer.
It's funny, and it's not knocking here, but that showed you right there. That storm gave a good idea on who would be prepared for that type of winter
Well, I can tell you right
versus
now.
versus you know listen, I lived in Ohio for 10 years. That what you guys had was no fun, and it sucked, but that would have been nothing for us folks from up north. we
Because you
we would
guys are prepared for that stuff.
Yeah,
Our,
exactly. And
I'll,
that's my whole point. It shows you how getting used to something, if you get used to something so much that one little offset will just ruin your day,
for
right?
those who actually don't know about that whole storm, every county in the state of Texas, 254 counties were under a winter storm warning. I have never ever seen that living my whole life here.
Yeah, Brandon. I
And
remember Brandon calling me. He was so excited about the storm.
no, I was not. No, actually, I didn't call anybody that week because I was actually fearful that I was going to lose power.
We got two viewers. Okay. Um, no, that was a bad storm. So
It was, and
yeah,
no, I don't. I don't want to go through one of those again.
no, I don't blame you. Hold on one second. I gotta reach forward here for a minute. All right. So the title of our video kind of speaks for itself. What does that title say there, Brandon, for our video?
The person that you are, I believe, is what it was.
That's right, the person that you are. Now, as you all know, I do live streams based on either if me and Brandon say, you know what, this would be helpful to somebody, then we'll do a live stream on it. Or if someone messages us and either shares a situation with us or just says, how do you handle this? Then we try to do videos to best help someone to the to the best of our abilities.
And hello to the first person who just wrote in, Charlie. He said, I guess he's saying you're so good, man. And then the second chat he said bench, but I'm gonna say hello to Charlie.
All right, we'll say hello to Charlie. Yeah, we'll say hello. It again, just in case you're just joining them, read that title one more time, Brandon.
The person that you are.
Now let me ask you a question, Brandon. Just from because what from your view, what does that say to you? What does that say? What do you think when you hear that a title like that?
I think that honestly for me means being yourself. Honestly, being the person that people see. every day. Like, don't try and be somebody different that you're not.
Exactly. And that can go in a lot of ways. It can go in, you know, I always said, and I've always said this, people, what is the purpose to act like you're something that you're not to people? Why
Mm-hmm.
do you need to put on a show to impress? You don't. If you're
Well, the person who just said that about being a mod, I'm gonna take care of that. Don't worry, I'm watching the chats.
what they say?
They were asking if they could be a mod to block the people that were saying mean things,
Who was
and
asking?
it was Haven Beard, I think the name is how voiceover's pronouncing it.
The name doesn't sound familiar, so
Yeah.
we'd have to know who you are a little bit better than that. And that name don't sound familiar. Doesn't mean you never can become a mod, but we definitely got to know who
Sorry, I
you
didn't
are.
mean to interrupt your flow of
Um,
thought there.
like I said, it there's no reason to put on a show for someone and be something that you're not. Be yourself.
Yeah.
And if people don't like who you are, then I think that's when you got to look at who are you hanging around with? Who are you picking as your friends, or who are you thinking are your friends? Because if you've got to act like something that you're not, then obviously that friendship means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to judge you because you're not what they expect you to be, then that friendship's nothing, anyways, right? Or
Right.
this also
So
goes,
to answer Charlie Beelan's question, what are we talking about? We're talking about basically being ourselves as people and not putting on a fake
yeah,
personality.
we're talking about people that are treated differently if they don't act a certain way that people want them to act, or be a way that people want them to be.
Yeah.
And Charlie, on this channel, we give out all types of advice, different situations. Every stream is different, but this one tonight is based on being yourself, and this goes into relationships too. I've got notes here, and I didn't want to miss that either. Uh, if you're in a relationship and you've got to act like you got to be something that you're not, then that relationship needs to be put in check, and you need to really look at it and say, what am I doing? Am I actually in a relationship because this person actually loves me, or am I in a relationship because I've been acting a certain way, pretending to be someone that I'm not? For what? Why waste? Why waste time when it's always going to come back to you actually being who you are? It always comes out. The person that we are always comes out.
Yep.
You can't pretend your whole life. And me, the way I see it, if someone don't like the way I am or who I am, then that's on them.
That's the way I see it. If somebody doesn't like me for my own personality and who I am, that's their loss, not mine.
And one of the other things is too, you don't got to lie to people to pretend to be something that you're not neither.
Oh, that's interesting. John Otis, no one presents their true selves in public.
That is so, I like that, John. That is so
That's
true.
true. I
It,
see it a
it, it
lot.
really is true. We worry so much about the way we look, and the way we talk, and the way we walk. I mean, listen, I totally understand going out in public and having manners, being polite, not going out in public and acting a complete fool and being disrespectful. But why should a person have to worry that much about who's going to like them and who's not going to like them?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I said that wrong, or oh my gosh, I came to this gathering today, and I'm the only one wearing a tank top. Oh, things like that. And some people will fight so hard to be a person that they're not. Trust me.
So I got some advice for Kevin. He just wrote in a minute ago and said he's got special needs and he just tells people to stop when they say rude things to him. I've learned that sometimes if I don't say anything to them at all and I just walk away from the situation, I don't get upset and bothered as much about it.
And when we look at special needs and disabilities, um, that goes right along with being yourself.
It absolutely
If
does.
someone can't look at you and respect you for the person that you are 100%, you don't got to fake. You don't got to go out there and impress somebody. If they
Nope.
don't like who you are, then they're the ones losing out on a good friendship or
Exactly.
a good relationship. In my relationship, my previous relationship, the one that flipped upside down on me, I was always myself. I never pretended to be someone that I'm not. And someone had actually said to me, "Is that why your relationship went under?" And I can tell you, no.
That's definitely
That's
not it at
definitely not
all.
what caused mine to go under. I was 100%. The way I am with you guys right now, the way that I talk to you guys, the way that I speak right now, anybody that knows me, Brandon, for example, can tell you that you're not going to see a different attitude outside the camera.
Funny enough, you bring that part of it up, Johnny, because I remember when I met two individuals that I was in a relationship with, they had heard all these mean things about me online from other people and oh, don't go near him, avoid him. And they both met me and the first thing that both of them said was, and I quote, "You're not the person that everybody keeps talking about online and you're not me." And I said, "Exactly. I am who I am offline and online. I
You
don't
know,
change for anybody."
I was told the same thing by someone that I recently started talking to.
Yeah.
They had said, "Well, you're definitely not what I was told," and it's so unfortunate that when someone gets upset with you or mad at you because you decide that they're not being real with you or being a real friend or being a real mate or whatever the case might be, that all it takes is someone to make up a rumor about you, and all of a sudden that's who you are.
Yep.
And that's not the way it is.
I can tell you right
Honestly,
now.
I don't care. If someone heard a rumor about me and they want to believe that, then that just tells me they don't know me anyway. So what does it matter?
Exactly.
What does it matter if they think, oh, that guy, I heard he's a real piece of work. He's a piece of trash, blah, blah, blah. Then, hey, that's on you, my friend, to think that,
And
right?
I laugh when somebody, especially others with disabilities, will say things to me like, "Oh, well, I'm going to block you on this social media platform," and
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Do you think I honestly care if you do?" Like that doesn't affect me and hurt my feelings. If somebody blocks me, then that's their decision.
And the other thing is, too, is if let's go back to relationships here for a minute, and you're with someone and you know them 100%, and then all of a sudden they become this different person, and you call them out on that. You say, why are you not being yourself? That people take offense to that because they
They
know.
do.
So there's it's not always about just you being yourself. It's also about you knowing someone and really knowing that, man, that was my friend, and this is the way that they always was, and they was always so good. And then they met somebody, and then you become a different label to them.
Yeah, and they totally change.
It's so easy for people to do that, and they go off of just rumors,
Mhm.
or again, you've got the other side of it where people. will change just so that somebody will like them or approve of them, or you
Or
know,
if it's in a or if it's in a social setting with more than one, they'll change to please and impress the group.
yeah, absolutely. And
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 I've seen that many times too.
and this is my thing. Look, you don't got to pretend to be something that you're not. You should look at yourself every day and give yourself 100% credit for the person that you really are. Now, if you got things that you need to change, that you need to do to do better, to be better to yourself and for yourself, that's different. I'm not saying stay in a slump and be this really, you know, dishonest person or slobby person. If there's things you need to change, that's fine. I'm not saying no one can change for the better,
Right.
but don't let people bring you down because they don't like who you are. Be yourself. We worry
Yeah.
so much every day. We worry so much what the other person is going to think. Why? Why do
Honestly,
we
I
need
think
to be that?
when you don't worry about that and you're just yourself, you're going to find out who your real true friends are and who people are that support you around you real quick.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about something else that's interesting. The situation where you don't have a choice but to be a certain way and you're being a way you don't want to be. What
Mm,
do you do in that situation? So let me start with Brandon here. I'm going to ask him his opinion first. Brandon, what do you do if you've got to be a certain way and you don't have a choice and you feel like you have no choice and you got to be a certain way just to get people to think good of you or people to help you or whatever the case might be? Is that happiness to you?
not to me, no. Because again, if you have to conform to be a certain way for somebody to appreciate you or your talent or whatever it may be, then that's that's just sad in my
You know,
opinion.
with I'm going to give you a good example, and this ain't even speaking bad of anyone. My last relationship that I was just in, my ex, when we first got together for that first year, when everything was good, when she was quote herself,
Yep.
you can tell when someone is really being themselves, because the reason I'm saying that is she would she was comfortable singing around me, going down the road, driving down the road, she would sing. She was comfortable with what she wore. She was comfortable with, just being herself.
Right.
And then when we went under and everything went the other direction, this person started being someone that they wasn't.
And I remember when it happened because I think I pointed it out to you and you agreed with me, but you really I think you didn't want to see what was about to happen, because I remember pointing it out and I said, "Hey,
Yeah, yeah.
something's wrong. She is
When
totally
things,
different."
yeah, you can tell when someone starts acting different,
Yeah.
and that did happen. Guys, don't ever let yourself get in that situation. Don't change just because of someone making you think that you've got to be this
Okay.
person that you're not.
I got to report this dude.
Why?
This Charlie Bearden, he's obviously a troll.
Block him. Just
Yeah,
go
I'm
ahead and
going
block.
to.
Yep, just go ahead and block him. The trolls help us out though. The more that they say stuff, I'm okay with it because they don't
Yeah.
know nothing. They don't know. Trolls don't know anything legit. They just come up with stuff to try to just cause aggravation. But just block them.
Oh, I did.
But be yourself. Don't change because you feel like you have no choice. And if you feel like you are in that situation, then I think it's time for you to open your eyes, and you'll know what to do. You'll know
Yep.
where you belong and where you don't. And if you got to pretend, then obviously that's where you don't belong. It's a situation that you don't belong in. So be yourself.
Yep.
Don't do it to make others happy. Don't do it to make others think that you're better now. Don't do it to make others think, oh well, oh, they're happy now.
And
Don't.
I could, when she started going that way, honestly, when as for the many conversations that you and I have had privately about that when it was happening, I could tell you weren't yourself.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing. Now you can also be going through something, and you become you're off,
Yeah.
and people that really know you, your real friends, will know it.
Oh, you were definitely off. I could tell.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Don't live that way, you guys. Be yourself. Be happy with what you got. Be happy with who you have, and with the ones that really love you, the ones that are really there for you. Don't live life in a fake chapter.
Mm-mm.
You know, don't don't live your life by others writing your chapter for you and telling you who you need to be and how you need to be and where you need to be and when you need to be there, and
Yep.
all these different things. And John got it on the head. We see it
He
every
really
day.
did.
We see it every day,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have to. Be yourself, because that's going to pay off. It always does.
And honestly, people are going to know if you are yourself. People are definitely going to know if you're off, and there's going to be a difference.
Your real friends are going to know.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not being yourself and no one notices it around you, then it's people that have no idea who you are,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the truth of it. I mean, I'm not saying that you look. Well, that is what I'm saying. I am saying you don't got to be perfect. Be yourself.
Yep.
You're going to find more happiness in your life to be yourself, be the person that you really are, than being someone that you're not. Because it's going
I
to be
know
when
I
you
am.
close. It's going to be when you close them doors and you're sitting alone. That's when you'll beat yourself up for being something that you're not.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth it.
Definitely not.
So if you're going through something and you're living your life that way, and maybe you're struggling to doing it by yourself, and if you are, get help. But don't live a fake life.
Nope.
It's just not worth it. Like I said, I had a really good relationship, and when things went upside down and a person decided to start being someone that they wasn't, it destroyed everything. Now there's a lot of other things that happen in there, not that it's, you know, that she just instantly wanted to become this other person that she's not, but there was a lot of other things that went along with that too.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things like being manipulated, being taken advantage of. There was a whole lot of other things that happened, and when those things happen, it can change you too, right? When you're being treated,
Absolutely.
when people treat you a certain way, they can put you in a corner, and then that's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are going through something, figure it out and realize that being yourself is the answer. Don't be something that you're not.
Yep.
Not worth it. So, Brandon, you got any other tips on that for tonight?
No, I don't actually.
So hopefully, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're going through, if you're going through a hard time, put your head up, love yourself, and hopefully see the signs. If you feel like you're not being yourself, you'll be able to figure it out. The signs will be there. But give yourself credit for the person that you really are,
Yep.
not for what other people want you to become. And that goes for it, whether it's family doing you that way or friends or a relationship. Be yourself because there's nothing wrong with you just being you.
Mm-hmm.
Just be you. That's all you got to do.
That's what Mr. Rogers said all the time.
Who?
Fred Rogers.
Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, there it is. Um, again, sorry guys, I'm looking for the right button here. Be yourself. Enjoy life. Why we got it. We take for granted so many things. Just be
Yes,
yourself,
we do.
enjoy life, and love and enjoy the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
And keep the ones that love you close. Seriously.
Yep.
Brandon, don't go nowhere. I will be with you in just a second. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe. Make sure you set your notifications to always. Everybody's doing all right tonight. And I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving. That's right around the corner.
Yeah, that's next Thursday. A week from
Yeah,
today, actually.
we'll have more streams before then, but it's right around the corner. Gobble gobble day, man.
Yep.
Anyways, y'all have a good day, and we will talk to you real soon. And again, uh, thanks to the trolls. We appreciate when you leave messages. You're only giving us more attention. So please keep up the
Please
great work.
continue to do that.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We thank you from the bottom of our heart. See ya.